Hello everyone, and I would like to greet you all in today's video. In this video, we'll be learning a very important aspect of our writing section, that is letter writing. You might have seen very many people committing very general mistakes while writing some letters. So today, we will be learning how to write a letter. So first of all, let's start with definition. Definition has been written for you. Letters are a medium or a method of correspondence written or sent to your nears and dears, even sometimes to an official as well. They can also be written to express your views on certain aspects among public. Actually speaking, these letters are a medium. They are just some means of communication, some means of sharing your views as well among public or general men as well. So actually, the line's meaning is that letters are simply written in order to communicate to your friends, colleagues, or even some officials as well. Even you can also express your views, opinions, on certain aspects, on certain facts or figures among public by writing some letters to editors as well. So that is letter. Now, the very important part of letter is that types of letters. Actually, there are two types of letters: formal letters and personal letters. Formal letters are those letters which are actually written to some officers, businessmen, some officials, etc. But personal letters are those letters which are written to our family, friend, blood relations, teeth and kin. These formal letters are also known as official letters, and personal letters are also known as unofficial letters, informal as well. Again, these official letters are subdivided into two categories: fully official letters and semi-official letters. Fully official letters are actually those letters which are actually written to unknown sources. The sources, the officials, the offices which actually we are unaware of, with whom we don't have any professional relationship. But these semi-official letters are actually written to our known people, such offices and officials with whom actually we do have some professional relationship or some public relationship as well. So these are two types of fully official and semi-official letters. Now, there are some things which sudden must be kept in our mind while actually writing some letter, and the points are as following. While writing some official letter, the first thing that you sudden must be keeping in your mind is that the usage of slangs, abusive languages, bad words, and short forms like wasn't, won't, these type of words are strictly prohibited. You sudden must not be using these words which will be abusive or shortened forms. But in case of unofficial letters or informal letters or personal letters, there is no such rule that they should be prohibited or not. You can either write them or leave them as well. The second point is that in modern letter writing, you might have seen people writing to the principal, to the editor. This to has got obsolete. This to has got obsolete. There is no use left of it. The third point is that there shouldn't be any usage of punctuations. I have seen very many people repeating and iterating many commas in between the letters. So that comma, full stop, unnecessarily they should not be used. Now, the last one. Every line sudden must be aligned to the left margin, only excluding the paragraphs change. This line says that actually each and every line sudden must originate and be aligned to the left margin. I've seen many people doing some disco. They write from left margin, then all of a sudden they start writing from right margin, then all of a sudden they start writing from middle of the page. So that should not be done. Now let's talk about parts of a letter. If you'll write some letter, then the whole letter is actually divided in parts. So actually speaking, there are 5 parts of a letter. The first part is the heading. Heading is actually comprised of the address of letter writer and date, the date on which the letter is actually being written. So address New Area Nevada with pin code, and date is 2nd July 2020. Now, the second part of the letter is name and designation. Designation means rank. So designation of letter receiver, the person to whom the letter is being written. But you should be paying attention that this part is only used in official or formal letters. it is generally speaking not written in personal letters. Okay, so it can be something like this: the chairman, Modern English School, Nevada, Bihar 805110. Now, the thing that should be kept in our mind while writing this name and designation is that in some letters we can mention subject if it is necessary. If in some letter we need some assistance of subject, then we can mention that. But it should be noted that this subject might be in between the second part, that is name and designation of the letter receiver, and salutation, this part. Okay, right in the middle, right after name and designation and right before salutation. Okay, so like this: subject, application for the post of an assistant teacher. Okay, moving forward now. The third part of the letter is salutation. Salutation can be written like dear, respected, revered, sirs or madams, sir or madam as well. Okay. Likewise, in personal or unofficial letters, my dear friend or dear friend as well. Dear father, my dear father, dear bro. Okay. Anything, short forms are allowed here. Okay. Now, the fourth part, the most important part or the soul of the letter, that is body of the letter. Body of the letter must be comprised of at least 3 paragraphs. Okay, the first paragraph should be a reason showing. It should show the reason for writing the letter. Okay, and this reason should be elaborated right in the second paragraph, that is detail showing paragraph. And then in the third part, we just take leave from the authority. We just conclude our letter. We just finish our letter. Okay, and for that we write some paragraph. Okay. Now, one more thing that I would like to tell you, that the first paragraph is actually second shortest paragraph of the letter. The most lengthy paragraph of the letter is the second paragraph, and the least lengthy paragraph of any letter is the third paragraph. Okay, so these things must be kept in your mind as well. Now, the fifth part, the subscription or concluding phrase. Concluding means leave taking. Okay, the subscription. This is written right after the ending of third paragraph, like yours sincerely, yours truly, yours affectionately. You can also write sincerely yours as well. You can also write like this: yours sincere friend. So these are applied things. Okay. Now let's pay attention to the sixth one. It got sixth because actually the second one was to be written in only official letters, if you remember. Okay. So now actually the last one, name and signature. Right at the last of the letter, we write our name in our hand, that is Ayush Kumar, like in cursive hand or whatever hand you write. Okay, and in bracket this name should be written in block letters, capital block letters. Okay, like this, Ayush Kumar, so that the letter receiver should be able to read that. Okay, now here's an example of how to write a letter which has actually been written for your assistance. So read the letter, and having read the letter, try to solve your first letter of your book, that is unofficial letter. Okay, that is personal letter. Okay guys, pay attention now. As you can see here, first of all, the address of letter writer has been mentioned, Professors Colony, Hishwa, Nevada, 2nd July, the date has been mentioned. Then name and designation of the letter receiver. Okay, the chairman, Modern English School, Kundinagar, Nevada, 805110. Likewise, then the subject has been mentioned, subject, application for fee concession. Then salutation. Okay, revered sir. Then the body starts with due respect and humble reverence. Okay, you can read it on. Okay, so you have got all the time. And in last, the leave taking phrase, yours sincerely. Okay, you can see here, yours sincerely has been mentioned here. Then name of the letter writer, that is Ayush Kumar, and his name in capital block letters. So that's all we have got in this letter. Okay, see you in the next video. Thank you very much for joining me.